report about my trades, 3 trades altogether, all in the morning and after a bunch of forward testing. One break even and 2 losses. All my real trades were on Nasdaq on 1 minute, and basically I was watching the charts from the market open. I knew after this big gap was created and we passed through the 5 minute and 5 and 15 minute demand, and left POI supply within it as well as POC aligned of this leg. I have set up a limit order to target this extreme 1 minute demand of my microstructure. As you can see, we didn't get there, and actually, I ended up being taken out break even. Break even. I got myself break even right after this POI was mitigated. Um, so the idea of us heading down before heading back up to cover at least some part of the gap didn't work out. So right after, because I see this pushback, right? We pushed back through multiple supplies that actually were holding, as well as this one that was holding all this. Now I didn't see it at the time as a sweep. However, looking back at it, yes, it was just a sweep of the buy side before doing the big move up and getting deeper into discount. So this trade didn't work out. I was kicked out by this candle right here, already within a trade for quite a bit of time. Limit set on this little POI where the value area low was aligned along with another POI hidden just right here with the imbalance. So I covered my stop loss covered both of those and the imbalance in between. However, as mentioned before, I got swept out. The following trade was this exact same idea as this one. This was a very forward trading. I would lose this one because I would actually have entered right after these few candles held this demand. So my entry would be around this candle, and right after I would get swept anyhow. But thankfully, this was forward testing. Now, once I finally saw a displacement through this demand that held multiple taps, I I was using it as a flip zone because for me, I wanted to see the price coming down here, even though we have swept all the sell side that we had left from today's market. I still saw some equal lows, just right here to be filled. Also these equal lows. No, at PDL, this didn't happen. So this third trade of mine was loss. So I literally entered, stayed within the trade 3 minutes, and after it kicked me out. Now, this pop up. So again, like I started to target the move up to fill at least partially the gap, opening gap on these 2 trades. And as you can see, I was way too early. Now, but what has changed? Right after I had bunch of understanding of the market, we structurally moved down. We structurally moved down. We can take, so this would be break here. After we have another break here, and this would be my change of character. And so I knew we changed and we are heading downwards, especially considering that after filling partially the gap, we straight away retrace down. And we held below this flip, below this demand that held at the beginning of the session. So I said to myself, up until this goes back up, or we have a structural change, a minor change of character of any sort, won't be going back up. So I was looking for shorts, right? I had multiple short entries. So here, I have entered because I saw this POI, this supply just right here near the actually flip zone. We flipped all this level, right? And left behind the POI, and right after displacing, created a lot of liquidity on the buy side, and basically we just got up and swept it into the POI and head back down. The confluence, exactly the same confluence on this trade. Again, this is previous day long. So I was wondering whether we swept it, but because we struggled for such a long time, like this is like 15-20 minutes, we struggled to pass through that, even though there was a POI waiting just right here. I have entered, my entry was right after the sweep. So here, right after the sweep happened, I would put my limit order just right here at the edge of this wick, and would be then taken lower 1.7. And actually right after I saw an opportunity to do a quick sweep, I knew that there was still one supply that has been not mitigated, so I was actually targeting that, not directly off of this little green candle, but the whole previous candle before the displacement. So that was my profit on this trade. What I did after the sweep happened, sweep on sell side, sweep on buy side. I saw on Bookmap. I know we are not using Bookmap with you, but I'm looking at Bookmap quite often due to sitting orders. I saw that the shift has the power has shifted, because we had started to have a lot of aggressive buyers, which was actually right after my entry, reflected by this engulfing candle, and we went back up, then we stagnated. Once this happened, I was looking for the drop, and I don't know whether you see here, but I have a note here. If we have the change of character, right, we might revisit this level, because this is a 1 minute POI where the little bit of imbalance have been left behind. It is in the extreme, as you can see, but yeah, so the change happened, but we are right back up, like quite high. The 50% probably moved over here. Anyhow, oh my goodness. Very quickly, let's finish the forward testing. On this one, I would be taking break even, because the POI unmitigated have not been targeted by the price market, but we left another, so we have now triple equal highs. So that was something I was looking at as well. Here I was wondering, actually, because I anticipated this change of character to happen right here, anticipated price to just first go back up and do the fake move up, and then retrace back to the extreme POI, where actually my limit was sitting just right here. But I made a note here because we actually reacted off value area low of this bullish leg instead of the POI. So that was frustrating, but anyhow, I had another trade, forward tested, this one a loss. As you can see, I have set a limit on this POI right here, just so I got swept, and that's when the change of character actually happened. I was targeting these equal lows just right here. It felt like they want to be taken. They've been just so beautifully stationed there. Very quickly, other forward testing on gold. All wins, man. Of course, which gives me hope again. I had trade within a trade, because the confluence is aligned. Again, displacement of a demand that flipped. Use it as a flip. Looked for POI and use the volume profile as well. And here we go. Our value area high is just right here. So I basically entered right after the displacement happened, because again, whenever with flip demand or supply that acts as a flip in the future that left a fresh POI aligned with the volume. That's for me an A plus setup. So I have straight away put a limit order right here, and due to this push down, there was quite a bit of sell side left behind. This beautiful PDL target straight away to the target. As you can see, I did do another trade just because, again, what I saw this POI left behind. I didn't target the POI because basically what I was looking at, this POI has been anyway filled. There is no imbalance, but it still can held the price and therefore act as a resistance in this instance. We did sweep the internal, and that was my second entry. The same TP, 1 to 4, 1 to 5.6. Right after I had another forward testing. This is actually the first time that I wouldn't be scared of big push like this, right? Because that usually my brain, how it works, whenever this happens and there's like, we have a downtrend, there's a massive quick push by a few candles like this, I actually get scared and cancel my limit. But this was a forward testing, so the limit practically stayed where it was, and we hit the TP. I actually targeted just low of this bullish engulfing. And there was one more. So this was a beautiful one. Forward testing. So actually this limit order I have put here when we were at price at here, right? So I knew that if we create enough liquidity, we will just get into this POI sweep and continue back down, and that's what happened. So this would be another win from forward testing. I just want to see. So I put the limit order at 13.05 and it got filled 15.07. What I'm also happy about that I actually included the previous day low level, because I know we like to retap it before continuing down, so my stop loss will not get hit. And the very last one would be this beautiful forward test loss because I put my limit order on this POI, targeting just all this liquidity before pushing back up. However, market wanted more, all this liquidity that I didn't actually assume happening, so I got out. Well, this is my report. Again, I'm very proud of myself because just 3 trades after 2 losses, 1 break even, I managed to stop. And what is even better is that 80% of my forward testing were at least 1 to 5 or average 1 to 5, 1 to 6, and with the profitability of 80%. So I think I can see where price tends to go and then reverse. However, it's much more stressful, and emotions are making the best of me when I'm trading with either funded or real money. So this is something I'm working on, and hopefully I'm gonna improve even more soon. Anyhow, thank you very much for your time, Briar. Talk to you soon.